Ramsey show just ended. As you can see there. And what am I waiting for? Oh. Both streams kicked in, so we got the YouTubes and the Twitches online here. I'll put my links in the chat and we will get going. Oh, guess I can get rid of that now. What up, Obs? Obs is first. She's very happy about it. Congratulations, Obs. Obs, did you buy any mutual funds or a mutual fund? What up, Milka? Thanks for dropping by. Much appreciated. All right, links are all in the chat. Let's do the reload. So far, no skip frames, so I think we're pretty good. Still working on them. All righty. If it ends up being a lot of trouble, just get an S&P 500 index fund until you can figure out what you want to do. And then once you figure out what funds you want to buy, then you can just leave whatever is in the S&P 500 index fund there and just let that grow. You don't have to like, oh, Milka came to sing the John Deloney song. Milka, you know you can record yourself singing any of these songs, and I will certainly take a rest some days and play the recording. Let's see, show number 334, 8/4/2022. So that's correct. And what we normally do is sing the baby step song. And I pull up my show notes, and that has the music, and we hit play and we listen for the drum taps. Let's see. Like all plans, it starts with step one. $1,000 emergency fund. In step two, pay off all your debt. Except mortgage, we just don't do that yet. So pay off your consumer debt. Every one of the charges, from smallest to largest. Baby step 3 is next. Full emergency fund of expenses. You stay gazelle intensive. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan now. And I have to meet him. I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I coach, and why I host this after show. If you don't like the way that it's working out, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, then you should do Dave's baby steps. Now listen, 4 is when you can take a breath. Go less gazelle and invest. 5 is to save for your kids. No student loans at all for college. 6 is to pay off your home. Step 7, build your wealth and don't keep it all yourself. And you've lived like nobody else. And now you get to live large, and now you get to give large. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. and I hope to meet him. I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I coach, and why I host this YouTube show. If you don't like the way it's working out, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, you should do Dave's baby steps. Trumpet, take it out. Live from Columbus, OH. It's the Ramsey Show Aftershow show brought to you by D.H. Schumann. Here we talk about the Ramsey Show YouTube chat, and the people in it, and all things financial and whatever else I want to talk about. I'm your host, Coach Steve Money. I'm a certified Ramsey Solutions financial coach, and you can schedule a free consultation assessment at calendly.com/Coach Steve Money. Links at the top of the chat and in the video description below, and on the right side of my YouTube banner right about there. Let's see, you can email me about anything. Yes, anything at CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com right there. And Instagram is Coach Steve Money, no spaces, and donations can go to paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. All right. Catch up with the chat here. Looks cool. Let's schedule that. I need to rehearse first, of course. Absolutely. Do you think you're a better singer than I am? Probably most people are, so that wouldn't be that big of a stretch for that to be true. So we'll go from there, won't we? Let's see. So today's Ramsey Show host, perhaps Dave, taking an early weekend because it's August. And that means summertime's running out. Time keeps on ticking into the future. Let's see. I'll just stay right here like that. No, I'm going to move this way and then move this way. There we go. All right. And I wanted to check to see. Yep, no skip frame, so I think we're good on that. I don't have quite as many tabs today, so maybe that's it. Or better internet or something. Anyway, today's a new Ramsey show, but no Dave today, and almost certainly no Dave tomorrow. Today in the driver's seat was George Camel. We have a partial song for him, just that much of it, but it's cool to do anyway. And it goes like this. Yeah. He used to host YouTube back in the day. Coleman calls him George Camel with the K. Now George chose 3 podcasts. They don't cost a cent. I borrowed future entree leadership and the fine print. Opened up YouTube, saw the thumbnail was Camel. It's always fun with George on the panel. Ayo wears ASOS and Deloney wears flannel. No one does it better than our guy George Camel. Paid his house off. Got a second dog, yo. 2013 Tesla. His advice is to sell the horse. And of course, his co-host for today is, let's see, is buying through the trade tab. Yes, absolutely, obs. In the co-host chair was friend of the after show, author of Redefining Anxiety, author of Own Your Past, Change Your Future, host of The John Deloney Show. It's John Deloney. Oh, we call him Dr. D, as you can see, but his parents named him John Deloney. Ooh, he's got 2 PhDs, 2 more than me, plus he's got some other suits. John Deloney, never gonna stop, gives advice, such a brilliant mind, he always sorts it out, has the clout of the healing kind. John, woo! John Deloney. Oh, he takes a call and then draws his pen, and he sees the day again. John Deloney. Oh, the student's got some range. Season of change is what you're going through, says John Deloney. He's never gonna stop, gives advice, such a brilliant mind, he always sorts it out, has the clout of the healing kind. John, woo! John Deloney. John Deloney. Water break. Ooh, ah. Oh, I said a brilliant mind, anxiety redefined, and put in a quick refined. John Deloney, wealth and illness has to face, they didn't place, but they probably still had fun with John Deloney. He's never gonna stop, gives advice, such a brilliant mind, he always sorts it out, has the clout of the healing kind. John, woo! John Deloney. John Deloney. John Deloney. John Deloney. John Deloney. Alrighty. Market report. Alrighty. So barely today, as I prep something I didn't prep earlier. Alrighty, barely up today. So if you, as you can see, the only thing that's up is the NASDAQ, which is fine with me. Guess who that means is gonna win? Fantasy mutual funds again, and AJ and I will be tied with 2 apiece for July. So as you can see, that's up 41%. And so the Dow Jones is down 26 and the Russell's down 0.13%. So that's 0.39. So 0.39%. And then the S&P is less than 1% down. So that would be, even if you rounded that up, that would just be 40%. And so 40% down, 41% up. So that's still 1% up overall. It might kind of be like more like 50-50 if you're going with all the actual average and so forth. But I'm using the math that I just told you, where the percentages of all 3 of these down is not as much as the percentage of the NASDAQ going up there. So we will take that. It's all down. What's all down there? Oh, I explained it to you. I think, right? I reloaded it, and yeah, that's right. That's the way it finished. I thought maybe I didn't load it or reload it, maybe, and it was giving me earlier numbers. Let's see, Wall Street Journal. Today's stock market. Stocks finished mixed as investors weigh rising interest rates. They already knew the interest rates were going to rise. They already rose the interest rates. And they're probably going to rise them some more. So I'm not buying that as an excuse. So let's see. Do we have any market analysis? No, we don't really. Don't really have any other thing offering an explanation for today. What do we got in the? Looks like more of the same in the after hours trading. The Nasdaq up 39.39%. Excuse me. S&P down 0.1% and Dow Jones negative 0.25%. So we'll see how they do in the rest of the after hours trading, and then the before hours trading, the pre-market trading, which happens in the morning before the market actually opens the day at 9:30 a.m. Central Time, Eastern Time. 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Alrighty, so we had Block today. They went up today 1.63 and down in the after hours, so they must not have had good 34% drop in Cash App Bitcoin revenue. Okay. Cash App is a different thing than Bitcoin. So I don't know. It takes $36 million Bitcoin loss in Q2. Well, that's, you mess with the bull, you get the horns there, Block. Nobody told you to buy Bitcoin. Let's see. Stock drops after earnings. Square's parent company swings to a loss. Yep. So that was not a good idea for them. So they should have listened to Dave Ramsey and not done that. Let's see what else we got. On the 9th is Roblox. That is next week. That is on Tuesday. Also Coinbase, which is basically a crypto brokerage, basically is what that is. And then next Wednesday, Walt Disney Company. And the following week, Walmart and the Home Depot, both on August the 16th. Let's see what. Oh, forgot about the daily stock. Most followed single stocks on the Google, as you can see. Apple, the only one down, 0.19%. Not up crazily, but Amazon up 2.19%. And as you can see in the 0.4s, Tesla and Microsoft and Meta Platforms up just above 1% there. And Alphabet, which owns Google, up 0.09%. And so those all contributed to the junk mail. They all contributed to the NASDAQ being up 0.41%. That's right. You mess with the bit, you get the corn. That's right, Sid. You're right. See what the rest of the planet is doing. Everything up in Europe. Mostly up in Asia. See how the US dollar did. Down against the euro. Down against the Japanese yen. Down against the British pound, love. They are up against the Canadian dollar, sorry. But down against the Australian dollar, mate. There'll be shrimp on the barbie tonight. Check our pals in crypto. Mostly down except for the Dogecoin. And as you can see, that's changing by the second. So if we look at it long enough, that may go to negative as well. So there we go. I think that's all we need for the market report. The CNBC make it section. Early retirees' net worth is down over $200,000 since 2021, but he's not. Oh, this is just one particular retiree. But he's not going back to work. That is the worst case scenario. Well, yeah, I would think you would retire planning not to go back to work, but you never know. Let's see what his dealio is. When you live exclusively off your investments, the last thing you want to see is a market downturn. But for Steve Adcock, who retired in 2016 at 35, all right, that's fun if you can do that. The current bear market and potential recession hasn't been cause for alarm, despite seeing his net worth drop by more than $200,000 from $1.4 million to a little under $1.2 million. He might be fine. Adcock hasn't even considered the possibility of returning to full-time work or even picking up outside. Well, absolutely, positively not. That's never even entered my head, even a little bit. Phrasing. Who previously worked in information technology for 14 years. Had to work a whole 14 years. Wouldn't go back to a job unless I absolutely had to. I would sell a lot of stock. Okay, and his wife Courtney, fellow early retiree, keep their spending low and have a savings account of 2 years worth of expenses in it. Okay, 2 years emergency fund. All right, and so I mean, if you're retired, I guess all bets are off the table. Then you can have that. You don't have that money working for you though. Hopefully they have house paid off. Let's check. As always, we run everything through the Ramsey prism to see what they are doing. Don't spend too much time looking at your money. I do it for this show. I wouldn't look at it as much as I do. But even before I started doing this show, I did look at it more than the normal person, I think, just because I have free time here at work to do so. He spends less than 30 minutes a month checking his account balances because he has no plans to change his allocations. Don't know if he's continuing to add to those contributions or not. Don't know. Would imagine not. Let's see. Only thing he would change about his investments during the current down market is that he would buy more stocks if he had any income coming in, right? Because they're on sale. Yep. Oh, that's it? Okay, it doesn't say whether he has the house paid off or anything like that, what his expenses are. Let's see, I wouldn't go back. I probably wouldn't let my balance go down more than $500,000, but I might let it get that low. He's talking about his investment balance. So, and it's not going to get anywhere near there. As a matter of fact, I think it's the bottom might be behind us now, and so you're still getting mutual funds on sale, but not quite as much a sale as they were previously. Oh, let's take a look here. Let's use the old NASDAQ, which I like to do. We'll use the S&P as well. Yeah, so that would be the bottom right there for the NASDAQ on June 17th. And so it's been a good month and a half, a little bit over a month and a half since that happened. And so hopefully that's the bottom right there. Let's see what the S&P has to offer. 5 years, is that the same day? Come on, July 7th. Yeah, same day, July 17th. Again, hopefully that is the bottom. And we're just going to be going back up from here. And, maybe 6 months or so, maybe. Like this one right here, the Pandy crash, when that came back and was back at the previous high. So when that gets back up there, then we'll be all good again, won't we? So we did that one. Let's see. Sid says watch Big Timber on Netflix to nail down your accent. Which accent is that? Which one is that? Big Timber. Is that the Canadian or is that the Australian mate? Or the British pound, Lou? All right, let's see. This from BuzzFeed.com. Sydney L. Martin, not our Sydney, Bayou reporter. Feed my family of 5 for $120 a week. Here's what a week of groceries and meals looks like for us. Recently had to up my family's grocery budget due to rising food costs, but here's how I'm making everything work. All right, 3 kids under ocho. For a long time, budget was $100, but now she had to go up $20 more due to inflation, shrinkflation, and supply line, etc., etc. All right, let's see what we have. Yep, she looks at the Kroger's ad, or that's the Meijer. I think that's Kroger. Boom, 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 boom. What is the value amount? Oh, Canadian E. Obs, I don't know what you mean. What is the value amount? That might be the amount you're buying. If you're only buying that one fund, the amount should be the amount you have in cash currently. That should be equal exactly. Let's see, with meal plan. Let's see, pick recipes with ingredients that can be used for multiple meals and in multiple ways. Prioritize what's on sale. Clip your digital coupons. That's right, doing that. Buy the cheapest store brand most of the time. Ask kids to help. Bum, bum, bum. I thought we were going to have actual meals listed, and it may just be those pictures that are up above. What else does she think? Oh, do not drive often and is not in the direction of the store. So yeah, you don't want to be going to the store every day or even every week in her case, I guess. Quality control. Pickup is done by the grocery store employees, and there's very little communication that happens with a person shopping your list. When I choose delivery, my order is fulfilled through Instacart. I prefer this option because if anything needs a sub or an item out of stock, the shopper immediately texts me with pictures and possible replacements for that item. Interesting. Boom, 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 boom. It's a long article. Did not know that this was going to be. So I guess these are all the different things that she made throughout the whole thing. That's crazy. Let's see what we got down here at the bottom. Yeah, so let's go back up at the top and see if all those are different pictures of the things. Oh, well, for one, let's see. Oh no, that's 125%. Let's go up higher. So let's see. We got 1 pot ground beef stroganoff, creamy 1 pot spinach shrimp pasta, 1 pot chicken spinach bacon Alfredo. That's your big boy. That does not fit in that pan right there. That container, whatever that is. What is that called? A pan, right? Even if it's ceramic. Creamy lemon butter chicken, slow cooker ribs, yummy, making me hungry. Slow cooker beef and broccoli, chicken teriyaki, fried rice, 1 pot broccoli cheddar soup, and that's in the is that a bowl you think, or is that bread? Oh, I guess it's bread because it's cut out right there. 1 pan honey garlic chicken, 1 pan beef and broccoli stir fry, which is different from the slow cooker beef and broccoli. Slow cooker coconut curry, and one pot chicken chow mein. I'm sure she made a lot of other different things than that, but that'll give you an idea. And she's doing it, feeding 5 people for what, $120 a week. Excuse me. All right, so I have to go by the minimum initial investment amount, I guess. If you have a dividend reinvestment, yes, that means like if it pays out any dividends, that it automatically goes back in and like reinvests it in that same mutual fund. So basically it just goes back in there, so you don't have any taxes to pay on it or anything like that, because you're not taking it out. It's staying right inside your account. Let's see, make it, closing the gap, and CNBC make it again. After Colorado enacted a salary transparency law, job listings dropped, but employment went up. And how is that possible? See, early data suggests more people want to find work in Colorado now that employers are required to list salary ranges on job postings. That's even despite a drop in job openings within the state, according to new research from Recruitonomics, a site that analyzes labor market data. The July analysis looks at the impact of Colorado's Equal Pay for Equal Work Act, which went into effect in January 2021 and requires employers to disclose the salary range on all job ads. 2 notable things happened in the first year after the law went into effect. First, daily job postings on Indeed fell by 8.2% in Colorado, compared with neighboring Utah, which was chosen as a control for having similar demographics and economic characteristics. Geez. The drop in Colorado jobs corresponds with reports that companies were actively barring workers in the state from applying to some remote jobs, or were taking the work elsewhere in order to avoid the posting requirement. Interesting. Second, data shows that there was a 1.5 increase in Colorado's labor force participation rate relative to Utah. Researchers note the increase in Colorado workers can't fully be explained by the passage of the transparency law. It also corresponds with the general hiring boom across the U.S. as economies recovered from the pandemic, though in many cases companies couldn't hire enough. When compared with Utah, however, it seems workers in Colorado were more eager to take up work. Analysis also doesn't examine whether the law achieves the goal of narrowing racial and gender wage gaps, Employers willing to incur the cost of putting their cards on the table and stating the salary range will probably see more job seekers and less competition. All right. As more states and cities adopt similar transparency laws, including Cali and New York, Flowers expects companies will have a harder time of restricting their hiring markets in order to skirt compliance. The more it becomes a collective action towards salary transparency, the less you'll see of a decline in postings. They're not going to opt out of California or New York. Alrighty. And the crypto news. Minimum initial investment. I mean, that's what some mutual funds require, a minimum amount, and some of them don't. So you could just put in $1 in some of them. It just depends. CNBC markets, Coinbase shares soar 10% in boost from meme traders. BlackRock crypto deal. So Coinbase, and that's probably the most widely used crypto brokerage. The shares soared Thursday after crypto exchange announced a partnership with BlackRock that will allow its institutional clients to buy Bitcoin. Okay, so that BlackRock is a portfolio management platform. And so now the BlackRock people can using through Coinbase, they can buy Bitcoin to put in their portfolios. Coinbase shares rose 10%. Early in the day, they jumped as much as about 40%. And then people said, simmer down now. And then it went down to 10%. All right, so some crypto news that is sort of encouraging, I guess. Not the kind that we have been reporting that is all bad with theft and going out of business, bankruptcies, etc., etc. This from WashingtonPost.com. Is your internet service unreliable? There may be fire. There may be fiber in your future. Federal funding for high-speed internet expansion could make fiber optic service easier to find, and that would be great because that's way higher speed, better quality as well. Fiber optic internet, often known as just fiber, can be staggeringly faster than the DSL, cable, or satellite internet connections that many Americans rely on. It's also pretty uncommon, relatively speaking. According to a January study from the Fiber Broadband Association, 43% of the U.S. households can access fiber internet service. I didn't think it was anywhere near that much yet. That's pretty cool. But that may soon start to change. Between a push to expand high-speed internet access and a handful of recent broadband funding announcements from different agencies, fiber service could become much more readily available. That's especially valuable for corners of the country where reliable internet access is hard to find. But who's going to bury all those new cables in the ground? And what does any of this mean for you? Well, the funding will, I guess, pay for people to bury those cables in the ground. Let's see, what makes it different? Now the DSL relies on copper telephone wires. The cable internet relies on coaxial connections. And fiber is just, it's a better conduit. And so it can move data quicker and much more reliably. Not to mention limits on how far signals can go through them before they begin to degrade, and fiber is better than that. Instead of relying on metal wires, fiber optic cables are made of hundreds of hair-like glass strands where data is being moved in the form of light pulses at super fast speed. So basically what we're saying is that's dark magic is what it is. But I'll take it because it makes the internet faster. So I will take the dark magic. What form of sorcery is this? That means the volume of data that can move through a fiber optic cable over time, also known as bandwidth, can be much larger than what you may be getting from your current internet connection. That's why many fiber home internet providers can offer upload and download speeds of 1 gigabyte per second or more. And what that is 1,000 megabits per second. And for example, right now I have 200 megabits per second. And that's as fast as I can go. Yeah. So I think they have fiber in my ex-wife's house where my son lives. And he gets 400 megabits per second. So still not the 1 gigabit per second. But 400 is way, way higher than I have. Over double. Let's see. The average sits around 225 megabits per second, or about 23% as fast as gigabyte fiber connection. So, yeah. So hopefully, why all the fuss over fiber now? There's going to be a lot more of it. Yeah. Infrastructure. Yeah. I mean, you would think that should be exactly what they're going to do. Because who doesn't use the internet? So who is laying all of these new cables? Phrasing. Lots of people. Different companies, internet service providers also do that. What does this mean for home internet service? If you can get it, make it faster and better. All right. This is from Fox Business. Republican states are planning an all-out assault on woke banks. We won't do business with you. We're not going to pay for our own destruction. West Virginia State Treasurer Riley Moore tells Fox.
Project manager isn't easy.
Business. Why did that do that? Whoops, because I clicked on the ad. Okay. And so basically just this headline about that, since it affects banks. Let's go ahead and get on that before that loads that commercial again. Let's get rid of it. We got rid of it. All right, we go to reddit.com/r/Dave Ramsey/new. Did you hear nothing? Daily Non, Baby Steps, Dave and Company. Discussion thread 0. All right, this is from Axel Hart. Axel_Hart. I need some perspective here because it doesn't feel worth it to own a house. All right, disclaimer. I'm going to work in percentages because I don't really want to disclose the dollar amounts here. All right. Might not be able to tell from the percentages, but okay, let's give it a shot. Purchased a house in January 2021. I've been making some solid progress. Put 15% down at the start. Okay, Dave recommends 10% for her first-time home buyer. So let's see. I've made the payments and I've since added another 5% of the value in extra payments. So now it's at 20. So now we won't have to pay PMI. Currently 24% paid off. Our interest rate is 9.75. Whoa, 0.75% above the prime in my country. Okay, this is not the United States. Okay, so that may have something to do with it as well. I assume, I don't know why it would be that, even if it was like a subprime loan or some weird loan, I don't think it would be 9.75%. All right, let's see. I'm planning on negotiating with the bank. In my country, fixed interest rates are no longer offered. Okay, that's definitely not America. You should defect to America, my friend. 11.1% fees and levies. Oh. Hot water, refuse collection. You're going to pay for that in an apartment anyway. So, or if you rent, you're going to have to pay for that anyway. Complex maintenance fund. It's complex. Maybe you mean a condo. Maybe it's a condo. Complex management fee, etc., etc. Okay, yeah, I mean, you're not going to get out of some of that. I mean, it's not really worth, if you're comparing buying and renting, you're going to have to pay for most of this stuff anyway. Homeowner association fees, 8.2%. That's a lot, though, for all of that. I see what he's talking about. 60% interest to the bank. That's over the life of the loan, so that's different. This is like that's over the life of the loan, so that's not like yearly or monthly or anything like that. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy that it's well, I guess no, on a mortgage you are paying mostly interest to begin with, so maybe that's just now, but that's not going to be the same through the life of the loan. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, Sid has something to look at here. Let's see. I cannot do it. Can I click on that? I can. How about that? Global economy. Let's value. And we sort by largest. Saudi Arabia. Beep, 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 doo. Is that percentage? Mortgage credit interest rate. Okay. I'm assuming. So if we're looking for a 9er, that is going to be Moldova, Trinidad and Tobago, Russia, Niger, or Guinea, Bissau, Bangladesh. All right, are all of these higher? Where's United States in there? USA is 5.25 currently. So, all right. When did they get those? June 2022, quarter 4 2019. I got some late data happening there. Maybe they don't collect their data that quickly. All right, thanks for that, Sid. Bayou Reporter, Sid. 14.4% actually going into the bond to pay off the principal amount. They're doing some crazy stuff over there in wherever country he's in. But that's a bunch of extra cost. But again, some of them you're gonna have to pay for anyway, even if you're renting. Each month as the principal goes down, the ratio between the interest and what goes against me, the principal amount will obviously become more favorable. But that seems to be happening at a snail's pace. Yes, that's how it works. He didn't say how many years of mortgage it is. They may not offer a 15 in his country, just again to make more money for the banks. Let's see. So with 14.4 of what comes out of my account for this account actually going to building my wealth, it just seems a bit of a silly thing. Yeah, the more, I mean, but you're not the, like this amount right here, it will be changing and will be going down over the life of the loan. And maybe you can pay it off early. Maybe they'll let you. Sometimes they won't. Sometimes they charge you anyway, even if you do pay it off early. So you could try that. But the fees are rough there, it looks like. 6.3% rates and taxes for local government. Yeah, so it ain't, it's not cheap. Nobody's saying it's cheap. Renting this place would cost me about 60% of what it currently does. Okay. Can somebody who walk this road offer me some perspective here? It's the equity in it. And once you own the house, then you don't have a mortgage payment anymore or a rent payment. But it does seem like it is a bit more difficult, a bit more expensive. Maybe a lot more expensive to have a house in your country. So I get what you're saying. But some of the percentages and stuff, I don't think it's apples to apples. At least a few of them anyway. Currently struggling with savings. This is from Hey Telly 23 hours ago. Hello, I'm currently making $40K per year and bringing in about $26.30 monthly. Expenses are $1,600 monthly, but could easily be more if I pay more towards my credit card debt. That's not really part of expenses. That's debt you're paying off. If I pay more towards my credit card debt and student loan, $20K. Let's just say I have $1,000 left after bills. Well, the expense, even if you include those, that would be the minimums on that. Minimums on those credit cards and student loans. Last month and the month before, I spent about $300 in gas, so that leaves me with about $700 for the month. Hopefully not doing extra trips. Well, gas is expensive. It is coming down, though. 31-year-old female, no kids with 2 dogs. Dogs can be expensive, too. I feel like I've been watching my budget, but getting nowhere. I currently have $500 saved and $1,500 in investments. You're doing it wrong. If you're investing, you should have $1,000 saved. That's the the starter emergency fund, rather. Okay, let's see what the prices are. $750 rent and utility, $392 car. I mean, that's not crazy. It's not helping you. Maybe you could get rid of that car and buy a cheaper car with cash. 55 internet, that's fine. 9 Spotify. The kids love the Spotify. $6 Hulu. I mean, that's not crazy for subscriptions. Let's see. There's your credit cards. Yeah, and so if you knock out the smallest one, then that saves up that frees up that amount. Let's see. I guess I'll answer my own question. LOL. I'm obviously still on baby step 1 and looking to save more. What was the question that she had? Oh, ideally, how much of this should I be saving? It doesn't work like that. You spend as little as possible, and then the rest of it you send to debt. You don't save any more than the $1,000 emergency fund. Let's see. Why so many people getting off topic? I don't need to give everyone a dollar by dollar breakdown of what's going on in my fence. I worry about some debt now, but that will be a bigger focus at a later date. That's not how this works. Saving 20% of my take-home pay is about $520, which I don't see as something I can do. Yeah, nobody said to save 20% of it. I'm going to start with a goal of 300 and cut back on food, right? But I'm always skipping meals here and there throughout the week. If you're buying expensive food or eating out, you could cut that out. Like I say, you could get rid of that car, man. That's $400. Let's see. I current food budget about $400 a month, which I've been sticking close to. $400 a month for one person and dogs. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit up there. I think you could cut that by 100 and do 300, and I will still be. Yeah, I do 240 a month, and so even if you add dog stuff, if I put $60 more into it, that would be 300. So I bet you could do 300. So that'll be another 100. Pet stuff. Here we go. Pet stuff. Other than food, you don't need pet stuff unless it's medical. Stuff for my house, you don't need that. If it's decor, you don't need that. Trips to the doctor or dentist. Random gift for a birthday, fine. Going to the lake. How often we go into the lake? Just life stuff. Yeah, the life stuff you stop doing while you fix your problems, and then once you don't have debt, then you can do life stuff again. 100 for home expenses. $80 per pets. I have to be out of my current place by January, so I need to save more before then. Okay, well that's a different thing. If you have to save up money to move, then you don't try to do any of the other stuff that you were doing. You just save up money to move. Getting rid of a car isn't an option. Leasing, and I just don't need to live a life where I'm depending on other people to get around. Pretty independent person, also not getting rid of my dog. LOL. Don't you have two? No, she said pets. I thought she said 2 dogs. 2 dogs, yeah. 2 dogs. I was previously a DoorDasher and can't pick that up again. I've been thinking about it lately, but that means putting miles on my car, and I don't know how my margins would be with gas prices. What is it? How much in gas? She said she paid $300 in gas a month. That seems high too. How much joyriding? How long does it take to drive to the lake, etc., etc.? You could cut a lot of this stuff down. I think you could get down a lot, I believe. Yeah. So, and you shouldn't really be saving. I mean, you should be saving until you get moved. If you need money to move with, you do stop the baby steps. You pause them and do that, but you're not really doing the baby steps either as well. So, when in doubt, baby steps. Financial Peace University, every dollar. This by DDR Lover. Is every dollar necessary to use while going through Financial Peace University? It is not. I already used You Need a Budget in YNAB, and I was curious if it would be easier to make the switch. They may, more people in the class may be using that, and the coordinator may be using that as well. It's possible, but I don't use every dollar. I'm a financial coach. I don't use it. You can use whatever makes you budget the best and allows you to stick to it, and you don't go over it. If you're not having any problems, you stick with whatever budget thing you're using. I know this red-haired young lady that uses a ledger for hers. So yeah, I did use every dollar until I found good budget. So if you're already used to YNAB is the way to go. Yep. So yep, if you liked it, then you should have kept that budgeting app. All right, tracking daily expenses. I think we did that one. Yeah, we did that one. That's you can look at your bank account. They have a shared credit card. Just the poster and his wife has a shared credit card where they look there. You can just look in your bank account and use a debit card for that instead. Alrighty. Upcoming stream. Still haven't done a second stream of the game Stray yet. Perhaps this weekend on that. Also, tech support with Coach Steve Money. Another one of those will be coming up. This show, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. The Ramsey Show Aftershow show. Ramsey Show is on from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. approximately Eastern Time. And then I start at around 6 p.m. Eastern Time whenever the Ramsey Show is over. Links are on the... at the top of the chat, in the video description below, and on the right side of my YouTube banner. Am I doing it right? Let's see. Nope, wrong side. Right up there. If you keep going past the blue boxes. All right. Which the blue boxes won't be on your page. I'm Steven Simpson, otherwise known as Coach Steve Money, and I am a Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach. So if you've got money problems or you just want to make sure you're on the right track, you can schedule a financial coaching consultation assessment with me, and that is absolutely free, no strings attached. Click on financial coaching. It'll give you the calendar. You can pick a day. You can change the month if you need to. And we can even, I'll meet with you on Christmas Eve. Why not? It's a Saturday. Oh, it doesn't let you book it at that time. December 2nd is the furthest ahead you can schedule that. All right. So anyway, whatever day you want, Calendly will let me know the day and time that you would like that appointment, and I'll email you to let you know what numbers I need from you in order to accurately financially assess you. And then we'll make that appointment happen. PayPal is paypal.me/Coach Steve Money right there. That is for donations. Instagram is Coach Steve Money, no spaces. And email, you can ask me about anything, and that is CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com right there. And you can ask me about Oak Island. You can ask me about the after show here that I do. You can ask me about video gaming. Last one I did was Uncharted 4: Thief's End. Did the conclusion of the full playthrough 7 days ago and started playing Stray, brand new game. Just came out I think 2 weeks ago. And I started playing it 5 days ago. As you can see the kitty right there. That's pretty cool. Let's check out a bit of it. Come on. There we go. You hit the circle on the PlayStation controller.
See you later,
meow.
Polly. Thanks for
Whenever you
stopping
want
by
to.
and saying hi. Good to see you.
Oh, that's Polly came by to talk to me. So, you see, we jump all around and have to do different things, etc., etc. It's a pretty cool game. Computer stuff. I have been a PC tech for 25 plus years. So if you have any questions about PCs, computers, etc., etc., or if you want to sing some of the songs that I have written for the Ramsey stuff, like the Baby Steps song, again, you can email me, CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com, and we can make that happen. You can record the song, and I can just play that recording here on the after show, or we can do it live in the year of our Lord 2022. We have that kind of technology. Alrighty, everyone have a wonderful night, and I will see you on the next after show. Everybody make smart. Oh, Milka's working maybe until 8 p.m. All right. Well, you stay at your work then, and you make those bags. And I'm going to leave my work because it's quitting time for Coach Steve Money. Everybody make smart financial decisions every day.